Has the trickle effect begun with disclosing UAP information from other countries? It was always the question whenever the first country started to talk about it, release information, would other countries follow? Well, it seems like that's possible or a possibility. Now, Japan is saying, yeah, we have stuff too. We have data, we have other things. Check out this post from the General. Says, breaking. Japan's government admits it possesses UAP data, including video footage, and it says that public disclosure will begin within the limits of national security restrictions. Tim Burchett tweeting out and saying dominoes, so the domino effect of other countries, citing what we just said just now. Rep Luna also responding to Japan that they'll be in touch. Where you see there's a video in Japanese that has the chief cabinet secretary confirming that the U.S. has released UAP footage around Japan regarding the unidentified anomalous phenomenon, materials released by the U.S. Department of Defense chief. So this picture apparently is from 1803 in Japan. Again, if you want to listen to a lot of the lore about UAPs, is that these machines have been around forever. And so depending on the history of this particular image, what does that mean? What is the lore behind it? Grok says, who knows if Grok is right or not, but this is a 19th century Japanese ink illustration of the Ultasuro Bun legend from 1803. It depicts a round bowl-shaped vessel that supposedly washed ashore in Hitachi province with a young foreign woman inside. She had pale skin, reddish hair, strange clothes, spoke an unknown language, and clutched a box that she wouldn't release. The ship had crystal-like windows and mysterious, undecipherable writing inside. The surrounding Japanese text describes the encounter from the Edo period records. Locals couldn't communicate with her and sent the ship back to sea. UFO enthusiasts cite it as an early UAP story. Folklorists see it as a castaway tale or a myth. Okay, so it would be interesting, though, in general, whatever you make of the image could be exactly that, just a myth, a story made up, someone saw something, who knows? But it still could be part of files that Japan releases, and that's what I think the most interesting part of it is ultimately what I said in the beginning and what Burchett said in his tweet, and that is the domino effect, right? There was always that question of, okay, if countries that have the information, who goes first? And whoever goes first will be the lead on it, and then everybody else follows with, yeah, we have stuff too. They're releasing stuff. We can tell you this. And as Japan says, yeah, we have stuff. We're basically just like the U.S., we're going to release the stuff that we can and national security stuff. We won't. Anything that we feel is going to hurt national security, we're not going to release. And I think that could be the thing that ultimately is going to be the frustration point for many of us. Now, the other question is, what does Japan think would hurt their national security as opposed to what the U.S. thinks will hurt their national security? Because people always made the argument, right, that there's so much more of the secrecy along the lines of the U.S. government and the men in black and those types of things. They're keeping it quiet. Well, it seems to be that's all over the place, because if not, then other countries would say, yeah, we have it. It's here. They wouldn't wait for another country to do it. They'd say they would have done first a long time ago. I don't know what the rules are. I don't know as far as what goes into that decision making of doing it or not doing it. But it does go to show that if whatever the second round, and this is going to be the biggest story, at least for the next couple of months, is that second round. And the story isn't going to be a big story just because look at what's in here. Because if there's nothing in there, that's going to be a big story too. It's going to be in a negative way. If you're into this topic and you watch these videos and watch other videos because you want more information, and the second dump comes, you're going to be hoping for information. You go, okay, that's stuff that I hadn't heard before. That's stuff that's interesting. That's stuff that people should be talking about. That's stuff that will be talked about. That's stuff that's really going to, I guess, change the way people look at these things. If you're somebody who watches these videos every once in a while just to write, this is stupid, I can't believe you're still talking about this, and the same crap comes out. I shouldn't say the same crap. That's not fair. The same type of stuff comes out in the second that came out in the first, then you're going to have a little bit more merit to go, this is the same stuff. There's nothing there. You know, you can join the Mick West fan club, the balloon club. Someone tweeted me that the other day, by the way. You know, sure, we knew it was going to happen. There was one of the videos that they released. He said, blah, 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 looks like a balloon. I was like, you got to come up with something else. You have to come up with something else. Like, you don't have to say anything. You can make up something else. You got to stop with the balloons. You have to. Oh God, it gets so boring. It's a balloon. Sure it is, Mick. Go to sleep. But he will have more merit in that second, wave if there's not stuff that pushes this forward a little bit more, and that encourages other countries to then release what they have. Will Japan be the only ones who release what they have? What about some of these these things that have been going on in different countries and reported on for years upon years upon years? These other countries that have said that they have seen things, there's been stuff. What about the Virginia stuff? What about their files? So there is a hope that this does start to hold it or release those files, because what I'm curious about also is how much of the world police, the U.S. faction, because if you watch the Virginia case enough, you'll know that there was constant reports that there were U.S.-based officials from a group or organization, whatever, who were heavily involved in that. How much do they do that across the world? There's reports about the stuff that the Vatican had. Is the Vatican going to release stuff? So I don't know. It is good that more and more people, more and more countries are talking about it, because it also kind of combats, and I haven't seen it as much lately, but you still saw it quite often, was when, you'd be talking about this and people would write, well, how come it's only the U.S. that ever sees this stuff? How come no other countries ever talk about it? I don't see that as much, but maybe that silences those who still say it. I don't know. What do you guys make of this? What do you think about Japan actually releasing files too? Do you think that it is beneficial that if the U.S. starts releasing these files and then Japan starts releasing these files, does that, as much as I kind of goof on the Mick West of the world and those things too, does that start, what do they say to that though, if other countries start releasing files? Because I think that their argument is that it's a United States kind of ruse, made up type thing to divert attention, or it's just nothing. But if other countries start saying, yes, we've also seen these things, these stranger things, we have proof of these, we have whatever it might be, does that change their opinions or no? I don't know. I don't know the answer to it. All right. Thank you guys so much for being here. Make sure you click like, comment, subscribe, all that and more. I'll be back soon. Appreciate you. We'll see you on the flip side. Bye. Hey, thanks for checking out the show today. I don't know about you, but for me, I had to wake up and I needed a cup of coffee just to feel like a human being. Some people feel that way with a nicotine pouch, and they just need it in order to feel, okay, that's what I need to go. That's what I need to go. 2-3 cups of coffee. So I recently was sent the Ultra pouches, and it's really a game changer. It's a changed focus and energy levels. Probably was about, 2 months ago. And the pouches are nicotine free. They're caffeine free, which is, I think, the whole reason why you check them out. They're truly clean. They're powdered pouches designed to sharpen your mind and lift your energy, all without caffeine, all without nicotine or that crash, which is the same thing. And what they use is the Infinity PX, which is a cleaner, smoother energy booster, more so than caffeine. The Alpha GPC, which is a nootropic for enhanced mental processing, and they have vitamin BG, B12, balanced energy and mood. So I didn't even realize that you could feel like this without caffeine. I didn't know it was possible, to be honest. And I've been going to the gym more often. I feel the recovery process is a little quicker now. And I can totally see myself keeping this at the office, to be honest, right? I have it near the front when I walk in and pop one in, and that's it. And I want to go to work. So 90% of the users saw significant improvements in their overall focus levels with calm, steady flow, state focus, enhanced memory, smooth energy, mood balance, all with zero nicotine and zero caffeine. So I highly recommend the Ultra Pouches. It's the ultimate guilt-free pouch delivering instant focus, mental clarity without nicotine, without caffeine. New customers can use that code DTE, get 15% off at takeultra.com. That's takeultra.com. You get 15% off with that code DTE. You're going to purchase it. You're going to go and you check it out. They're going to say, where'd you hear about us? You tell them that DTE, Kristian Harloff, sent you. Please support the show and let them know that I sent them your way. Or the other way around, whatever.